mind the details of this, it's weed, and it was used as a coping mechanism, and it was in Oregon, where it's not even that it's not even that it's legal for recreational medicinal purposes. It's literally legal. Like you can smoke it wherever. So why then does that affect her being able to compete in the Olympics? Do we think that's fair?
Absolutely not. Again, this speaks to a very, very established phenomenon in America, right? Where God, guys, I'm sorry to do a history lesson again, but like this is so deep rooted, like during the Reagan administration, his war on drugs, his war on crime and all that kind of stuff. This is where they disproportionately criminalized drugs like weed. And you know how they like made crack cocaine basically for the ghetto, basically because they needed to put black people in prison for use of slave labor. For those who don't know, like you can go on and research it. I won't go too much into it. But that it was during so there's an actual like political and historical contingency regarding the criminalization of weed in the US, where it was literally used specifically to disproportionately criminalize and incarcerate black people, right? And we see the exact same thing that kind of legacy is still playing out today, where black people in America will be, as I said, disproportionately incarcerated and sentenced for weed use. And then you have white Americans that are creating cute businesses. There's literally like, the white suburban moms cute cannabis, bakery businesses and it's actually ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. It's like, oh man.
If you're gonna play devil's advocate, you could say, oh well, she knew the rules, she knew this was the case. Fair enough, but it's the rules that don't make any sense. Why is it that if you use, also, let's be honest, weed is definitely not a performance enhancing drug, if any.
No, it's not.
Like if she's a runner, if she's smoking, that's gonna have a negative effect, and also it's weed, so if anything, it's gonna like slow you down and like make you more sluggish, etc. So
they're just punishing her because of racism. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, that is what my verdict is. I think it's just racism, and it's exactly the same reason why like I said, black men and women in America are disproportionately incarcerated in American prisons for weed use, and then you have white Americans that are creating businesses, cute quirky businesses that get cute quirky media coverage and cute quirky marketing for these businesses for the same weed use. That's all it is. That is literally what the root of it is.
There really is two Americas. Like when they say that,
honest to God.
Especially when you take into consideration, like we said, that the whole reason why she was even smoking weed in the first place was because she just lost her mum, and I know obviously in the UK we are like governmental stance is that weed is, I think it's a class A drug, but in the UK in the US where she was in Oregon, it's available for her to use however she wants. She wasn't breaking any law, it was completely legal. Why is it that then that goes and affects her ability to it's not like she was taking steroids or anything like that is then going to help her win. It, like we've said, if anything, this is going to actually negatively affect her performance. So it doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
Like the coverage surrounding it is so racist as well. The way that people are kind of talking. I saw this tweet today by it was a white woman, and she was a verified account. So I don't know who she is, but I mean she's someone worthy of verification, I guess, by Twitter standards. But she was literally, like how when she did the trials, she had like acrylics on, right?
Right.
This woman was like, oh, I don't know if these nails are real or fake, but I do know that steroids makes people grow stronger, longer nails. Basically accusing her of now being on roids. She's just better than you guys. You're salty because she's better than all of you.
Your nails can grow like that long and be like blue with like clouds on them, and that's like
your nails.
What kind of steroids? All right, I want those steroids then. If that's
how can this girl have gems on her nails, and this white woman is out here saying, oh, I think it's steroids. No, she's just better than you. That's all it is.
Just to be clear as well, we're not advocating the use of any type of drug.
Sorry.
Whether that be steroids or weed. Obviously, it's illegal in the UK. Don't do drugs, kids. But yeah, we basically what we're saying is she hasn't done anything illegal. So why is that preventing her from taking part in the Olympics?